Millions of people worldwide are reporting a strange sense of disconnection, as if they no longer fit into the life they once knew. This odd feeling goes beyond mere boredom or dissatisfaction. It's a pull towards something unknown yet deeply familiar, prompting questions about consciousness and reality. Many attribute it to a major energetic shift, often referred to as the quantum Earth split. While this term might sound complex, it essentially points to a change in collective and individual awareness. Exploring this phenomenon can offer clarity, validation, and a renewed sense of direction for those feeling lost or out of place. The feeling of disconnection. A global shift unfolding. A growing number of people report feeling strangely disconnected from their environments, relationships, and even themselves. This sensation might manifest as restlessness, apathy, or a deep longing for something just beyond reach. Often it's not tied to one event, but rather a steady realization that familiar patterns no longer resonate. In recent years, discussions around a global shift, or collective awakening, have become more prevalent. It's as though humanity is on the cusp of a major transition, and those who sense this movement feel both excited and unsettled. This feeling of disconnection goes hand in hand with noticing societal changes. Old frameworks, whether political, educational, or cultural, seem to be cracking under pressure. Beliefs that were once universally accepted are now being questioned. People who used to feel comfortable within these existing structures are experiencing a rift, as though their internal compass no longer aligns with what they see around them. When personal values clash with societal norms, a sense of displacement often follows. On an individual level, such a shift might surface in everyday interactions. You might find yourself disinterested in conversations that once captivated you. Hobbies you pursued for years might feel lifeless. Friendships you've maintained out of habit could suddenly feel draining. These changes can bring confusion and guilt, especially when there's no obvious external reason. Yet, if you recognize these signals as part of a broader transformation, it can alleviate the fear of something being wrong. Collectively, this unfolding shift suggests that humanity is evolving in consciousness, even if it's not obvious on the surface. Just as an iceberg mostly remains hidden beneath water, much of this evolution is subtle and internal. Many describe it as transitioning from an ego-driven reality toward a more heart-centered one. Empathy, intuition, and interconnectedness are on the rise, while rigid dogmas are gradually losing appeal. Acknowledging this global shift doesn't require grand leaps of faith. It's enough to notice small internal changes and see how they mirror global events. Recognizing that this disconnection is a shared experience helps lessen any shame or isolation. You're not alone in questioning what used to feel normal. This sense of displacement can be a sign that you're in sync with wider currents of evolution, rather than a glitch in your personal journey. The more people tune into these inner signals, the more a new collective reality takes shape. Understanding the quantum Earth split, what it really means. The phrase quantum Earth split may sound like something out of science fiction, yet it points to a concept that resonates with many who sense an energetic divide in our collective reality. This split isn't about the planet physically dividing. Rather, it's about diverging frequencies of consciousness. Think of it as two radio stations broadcasting at once. While both exist in the same environment, they operate on different wavelengths, offering distinct experiences to those who tune in. At a foundational level, quantum suggests that reality isn't strictly linear or material. Quantum physics reveals that possibilities exist simultaneously, and our focus collapses these possibilities into a singular experience. In everyday life, this translates into the idea that consciousness, and the frequency we hold, helps determine what we perceive. Some people are gravitating toward a higher vibrational state, marked by compassion, unity, and expanded awareness. Others remain grounded in denser energies tied to fear, conflict, or rigid beliefs. When people talk about the Earth splitting, they often refer to this divergence becoming more pronounced. It's as though two separate realities are forming, each propelled by its collective mindset. Those embodying higher frequencies might experience more synchronicities, deeper heart connections, and a sense of being guided. Meanwhile, individuals anchored in heavier states could find themselves stuck in cycles of negativity or limitation. This doesn't mean one group is inherently better. Both paths serve a purpose in the grand scheme of human evolution. What's important is that we're given a choice: remain in familiar but lower vibrations, or shift into a new level of being. If you felt pulled toward personal growth, spiritual exploration, or radical shifts in lifestyle, you might be noticing the effects of this energetic divide. As your vibration changes, you no longer resonate with the old structures and patterns. Societally, this shows up in various ways. Many institutions are losing credibility, while grassroots movements emphasizing cooperation and sustainability gain momentum. More people are asking questions about the nature of reality, exploring meditation, energy healing, and other practices once considered fringe. The quantum Earth split is a useful framework for making sense of these rapid changes. It offers language to describe why some individuals appear to be living in a completely different world than their neighbors. Understanding this concept removes the stigma of feeling out of place. Instead of labeling these sensations as mere confusion or anxiety, people can reframe them as signs of alignment with a new, more harmonious frequency. This perspective encourages curiosity over fear, empowering individuals to explore the shifts in consciousness with an open mind and heart. The higher frequency awakening: why some feel different. A higher frequency awakening involves moving beyond everyday routines and recognizing a more subtle, elevated vibration. Think of it like adjusting the dial on your inner radio. When you tune into a higher station, you discover clarity that was previously obscured by static. People experiencing this awakening often report sudden insights, enhanced empathy, or the urge to break free from limiting habits. It's less about becoming special and more about simply noticing a wider range of possibilities. Many who experience this shift sense a call to align with deeper truths. Old routines that once felt comforting may begin to feel confining. For instance, you might question the purpose of your job, no longer satisfied with just a paycheck. You could become sensitive to energies in a crowded room, picking up on emotions you previously overlooked. This sensitivity, while sometimes overwhelming, also opens doors to greater understanding and compassion. Instead of viewing challenges through a lens of conflict, you might start seeing them as opportunities for growth. At first, feeling different can trigger confusion or even isolation. You might wonder if anyone else shares your newfound perspective. It's common to look around and feel that the world is moving in slow motion or stuck in patterns that no longer make sense. However, this sense of dissonance often signals that you've tapped into a higher frequency. You're not alone in this. Countless others are going through similar transitions, though they might not have the words to describe it. Biologically, the body may respond with unusual symptoms. Some people experience fatigue, vivid dreams, or sudden changes in diet preferences. These signals can be the body's way of integrating higher vibrations. Instead of dismissing them as random, many find that mindfulness practices, meditation, gentle yoga, or time in nature help ease the process. Grounding techniques become particularly valuable as they help balance heightened awareness with day-to-day functioning. As you delve deeper into higher frequency experiences, you might find your intuition sharpening. You trust your instincts and feel guided by an inner knowing. This can lead you to synchronicities and opportunities that align with your evolving values. A casual conversation might lead to the perfect job offer, or a spontaneous idea could spark a creative project that fulfills you more than anything else. Such occurrences often serve as confirmation that you're on a meaningful path. Feeling different is not a flaw. It's often a signal that you're attuning to something larger than yourself. Rather than resisting the pull toward higher awareness, embracing it can lead to a sense of purpose and a genuine connection with life's deeper undercurrents. Symptoms of the split: how you know you're feeling it. The sensation of an earth split may express itself through multiple, often unexpected symptoms that touch every aspect of daily life. Emotional fluctuations might happen more often, swinging from deep joy to overwhelming sadness. This isn't just typical moodiness. It can reflect an internal struggle between older, denser energies and newer, lighter frequencies. You might find yourself crying out of nowhere or feeling an unexplained sense of relief when you let go of something that no longer serves you. Physically, you could notice changes in sleep patterns. Some individuals experience insomnia or highly vivid dreams that seem more significant than ordinary mental chatter. Other bodily symptoms can range from ringing in the ears, commonly associated with shifting frequencies, to sudden aches that dissipate as quickly as they arise. While medical advice should always be sought for persistent issues, these sporadic signs can sometimes be the body's way of adapting to energetic change. Relationships offer another clue. As your vibration shifts, you might sense tension around certain people or notice your tolerance for superficial interactions dwindling. You might crave deeper conversations that feed your soul. Over time, old connections might fade away naturally, and new ones can emerge unexpectedly. This can be painful if you're used to a certain circle of friends or family dynamics, but it often clears space for connections that resonate with your evolving self. Cognitive and spiritual experiences can also intensify. You might find your intuition suddenly on fire, catching subtle details you previously overlooked. Repetitive number sequences like 1111 or 333 on the clock might appear frequently, which many interpret as signs of alignment. These small, personal signals often encourage people to keep going, serving as reminders that they're not alone in this transitional phase. Motivation can undergo a significant shift. What once fueled your ambition, money, status, recognition, might lose its appeal. You might feel compelled to explore creative passions, learn new skills, or dedicate more time to spiritual or personal growth. Such changes can seem irrational from a purely logical standpoint, but they align with the deeper pull of evolving consciousness. Not everyone will experience all these symptoms, and the intensity can vary widely. One person might breeze through emotional changes but struggle with sleep disturbances. Another could face waves of anxiety but find solace in prayer or meditation. Recognizing that these symptoms often accompany the process of splitting from old energies can bring reassurance. Instead of interpreting them as random or purely negative, you can see them as markers on a path of transformation, guiding you to pay attention and adjust accordingly. Why old systems are collapsing: the end of a lower vibrational cycle. Old systems, whether governmental, financial, or cultural, seem to be teetering on the edge of collapse. Social unrest and institutional distrust are at an all-time high, with many feeling that the traditional ways of operating no longer serve the collective. This perception arises not just from political disagreements, but from a deeper sense that the underlying frameworks are outdated. People are waking up to the realization that hierarchical, fear-based structures stifle innovation and genuine collaboration. On an energetic level, these systems reflect the vibrations of the past. Fear, control, and scarcity formed the foundation for many societal norms. For centuries, these energies were accepted as the default. Now, as more individuals shift into higher consciousness, they notice the glaring misalignment between these rigid structures and the evolving aspirations of humanity. Personal freedom, spiritual growth, and community support are becoming more important than blind adherence to outdated traditions. Technological advancements also catalyze this collapse. Social media allows rapid sharing of information, exposing flaws in political or corporate systems with unprecedented speed. Grassroots movements, founded on cooperation and transparency, gain traction because they align better with the current wave of awakening. More people value authenticity over carefully controlled narratives. As these individual preferences multiply, collective momentum accelerates the breakdown of old paradigms. Economically, the gap between the super-rich and the general populace has widened, fueling discontent. Traditional banking and monetary systems, built on debt, appear unsustainable to those who look beyond superficial statistics. Cryptocurrencies and alternative economic models are gaining attention, not purely for profit, but for their potential to decentralize and democratize financial power. This shift mirrors the broader desire for less control from top-down structures and more community-driven solutions. Educational systems face similar scrutiny. The one-size-fits-all model no longer resonates with a generation that values creativity, emotional intelligence, and adaptability. Parents and students alike question whether these systems prepare young people for a world that's evolving faster than ever before. Alternative forms of learning, online platforms, holistic schools, skill-sharing communities are emerging as viable options. All these developments signal the end of a cycle dominated by lower vibrational energies such as fear, suppression, and division. That cycle served its purpose, teaching humanity lessons about power, survival, and hierarchy. However, the collective desire is now shifting towards systems that reflect unity, growth, and transparency. As old structures crumble, there's a chance to rebuild in ways that honor the well-being of the many instead of the few, paving a path for more sustainable and compassionate ways of living. You are not alone. Millions are experiencing this worldwide. Feeling that you're the only one going through deep spiritual or existential changes can be isolating. It's easy to assume that your friends, family, or colleagues aren't having similar thoughts because most people don't openly discuss these experiences. Yet data from surveys and informal polls suggest that millions worldwide share a sense of disconnection from traditional life paths. Even people who appear completely content on the surface might be wrestling internally with questions of purpose and authenticity. This global phenomenon isn't limited to a particular age group or geographic region. Younger individuals are questioning the values handed down by older generations. Middle-aged people are pivoting careers after realizing their current path no longer resonates. Retirees are seeking deeper meaning beyond their life's work. Social media forums, spiritual retreats, and community gatherings reveal stories of transformation from countless backgrounds. The overarching theme is that the familiar structures of life are losing their grip, prompting a search for deeper fulfillment. Many cultures have ancient traditions that speak to collective shifts. Indigenous communities have long prophesied times of great change, where humanity would face a crossroads. Eastern philosophies discuss cycles of consciousness, known by various names, that govern collective states of being. In the Western world, spiritual movements have often pointed to a new age, or golden era, of transformation. These cultural threads, although different in language, share the notion that large-scale awakenings are part of humanity's journey. Discovering that you're not alone can bring immense relief. Suddenly, your confusing symptoms and emotional upheavals make more sense when placed in a collective context. Online communities focused on ascension, energy work, or conscious living offer safe spaces to discuss experiences that traditional circles might dismiss. By sharing stories of sleepless nights, unexpected bouts of creativity, or unexplainable healing, people find validation and support. Even mainstream sciences are beginning to recognize changes in global consciousness. Research on the power of meditation, collective intention, and morphic resonance suggests that shared belief systems can alter outcomes in surprising ways. While these fields are still emerging, they add credibility to the idea that we influence each other energetically. Knowing that millions feel similarly transforms isolation into a shared journey. You might realize that the workplace colleague who seems withdrawn is also grappling with the same existential questions. This broader perspective can reduce fear and encourage open dialogue. When you understand that you're part of a global movement, the sense of going crazy or feeling lost diminishes, replaced by a quiet confidence that you're in step with a much larger evolutionary process. The role of your mindset: how your thoughts shape your reality. Mindset plays a pivotal role in how we experience reality. Thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes can act like filters, determining what we see, feel, and attract. People sometimes assume this is a superficial positive thinking trend, but there's more depth to it. Scientific research in fields like neuroplasticity shows the brain rewires itself based on repeated thought patterns. Meanwhile, quantum theories hint that observation influences outcomes at the subatomic level. In everyday terms, this means your habitual mindset can either magnetize opportunities or repel them. When you hold a belief such as, "I'm unlucky," your subconscious will look for evidence to confirm that notion. Small mishaps might be exaggerated and interpreted as part of a bigger pattern. Conversely, adopting a mindset of abundance makes you more receptive to chances that come your way. You're likely to spot an interesting job posting or an innovative idea because your brain is primed to find possibilities that align with the belief of abundance. The shift toward higher frequencies amplifies this dynamic. As you become more conscious of your internal landscape, you realize that old beliefs built on fear, shame, or insecurity no longer serve you. For instance, if you were raised to think that success must come through sacrifice and struggle, you might find those limiting thoughts come to the surface for re-evaluation. This can be unsettling because letting go of a long-held belief often means stepping into unknown territory. Practical steps to reshape mindset include mindfulness practices such as meditation or breathwork, which help you observe your thoughts without reacting. Journaling is another tool to identify recurring negative patterns. By writing them down, you bring them into awareness and can consciously decide to replace them with more empowering alternatives. Affirmations may seem cliché, but repeated statements like "I am worthy" or "I trust my path" can gradually shift the subconscious framework that governs your daily behavior. Engaging with a supportive community can also accelerate mindset change. Conversations with like-minded individuals or mentors can introduce new perspectives. Participating in groups that focus on shared goals, wellness, creativity, spiritual growth, reinforces positive thought patterns. Over time, these patterns become second nature, influencing everything from your emotional resilience to the opportunities you perceive in your environment. Recognizing the power of mindset doesn't mean ignoring genuine challenges or emotional pain. It's about acknowledging them while keeping faith in your ability to navigate through. Thoughts can become an asset rather than a burden, steering you toward experiences that resonate with higher frequencies. By consciously refining your mindset, you actively shape the reality you live in, aligning more closely with your aspirations and values. The power of vibrational alignment, choosing your reality. Vibrational alignment refers to the congruence between your internal energy state and the external situations you encounter. This concept is rooted in the idea that every thought, emotion, and intention broadcasts a specific frequency. When you consistently emit a particular vibration, say peace or creativity, your reality tends to mirror that vibration in tangible ways. This doesn't negate practical actions but suggests that underlying energy plays a key role in shaping outcomes. Choosing your reality begins with awareness. You might notice how certain environments or media consumption lower your vibration. A few minutes of scrolling through divisive social media posts could leave you anxious or angry. If you carry that frequency into your day, you might find that interactions feel tense. On the other hand, deliberately engaging with uplifting materials like inspiring articles, music, or nature can elevate your mood. Then, encounters throughout the day may flow more harmoniously. A big part of vibrational alignment involves emotional intelligence. Emotions like gratitude, love, and excitement register at higher frequencies, while emotions like fear, resentment, and shame register lower. This doesn't mean dismissing negative emotions. It means acknowledging them, learning from them, and moving through them consciously. If you're constantly pushing down anger or sadness, it simmers below the surface, influencing your vibration unknowingly. Processing those feelings properly creates space for lighter energies to emerge. Intentional choices around work, relationships, and leisure activities also factor in. Let's say your job fosters constant stress, making it difficult to maintain a balanced vibration. You might explore ways to shift within that role or seek a new environment that aligns better with your personal values. In relationships, you may find some connections thrive and others fade as you prioritize energies that uplift rather than drain. Subtle cues often guide these shifts. You might feel an internal nudge to attend a workshop, read a particular book, or move to a new location. These impulses can be signals that your vibration is ready for an upgrade. Following them often leads to synchronicities or opportunities that align with your desired reality. While the concept may seem abstract, small experiments can demonstrate its validity. Notice how your day unfolds if you begin it with gratitude versus criticism. Pay attention to how your mood influences the type of conversations you attract. Over time, you'll likely see patterns emerge, reinforcing the idea that your inner state affects your outer circumstances. In this way, vibrational alignment empowers you to consciously co-create your life, steering it toward experiences that resonate with who you truly are becoming. How to stay grounded. Tools to navigate the shift smoothly. Staying grounded during a period of energetic transformation can feel like trying to keep your balance on a moving platform. Emotions fluctuate, old beliefs crumble, and new perspectives emerge. However, grounding techniques offer practical ways to maintain emotional equilibrium and ensure that spiritual growth aligns with daily life rather than disrupting it. One effective practice is mindful breathing. Simply pausing for a few deep breaths can anchor you in the present moment. Focusing on each inhalation and exhalation slows down mental chatter, allowing you to observe thoughts rather than getting carried away by them. This can be done anywhere, at work, in traffic, or before bed. Spending time in nature also restores balance. Walking barefoot on grass, tending a garden, or simply sitting under a tree helps you connect with the earth's stabilizing energy. Even in an urban environment, a short walk in a local park can provide a refreshing reset. Nature's rhythms are consistent and grounding, reminding us that growth and change are natural processes. Meditation is another cornerstone for navigating energetic shifts. A brief daily practice, even 10 minutes, offers clarity and calm. Guided meditations focusing on grounding techniques, visualizing roots extending from your feet into the earth, can be especially helpful. These visual anchors help you feel both supported and connected, reducing anxiety that can arise from rapid personal change. Physical movement supports grounding as well. Yoga, Tai Chi, or simple stretching synchronize body and mind, making it easier to stay present. Exercise routines like running or dancing can release built-up tension and support emotional well-being. The key is consistency rather than intensity. Regular, gentle movement can make a big difference in how you handle stress. Journaling serves as a reflective tool to sort through shifting thoughts and emotions. By writing down experiences, you can track patterns or triggers that unbalance you. This helps in identifying practical solutions and encourages mindful behavior changes. Over time, journaling offers a tangible record of your growth, reinforcing a sense of stability even when external circumstances feel uncertain.